You're watching Yo ATL Rap.
Big Gipp, everybody want to know, man. Okay, that first album, man, really, to me, my favorite album of all time, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. Like, and everybody, like every rapper, man, every rapper always said that this their best album. Basically this their favorite album of all time. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to go back and remember this album, man. You know what I'm saying? That Soul Food album, man. Like, what's your memories on that album? You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Soul Food album, man. The Soul Food album, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, it was so exciting to go into it at the time because we had got a little nod from the Outkast first album that, it possibly could work. You know what I mean? So with Outkast's third single being that it was Get Up, Get Out, and Get Some, it set Goody Mob up. You know what I mean? So if you think about it, when you go back and you say, damn, okay, first time I ever heard Goody Mob, man, they were talking about something. Get up, get out, and get something. I'm talking about a cult classic. You know what I mean? With that being said, we moved into Soul Food. Man, we recorded Soul Food on the south side on Camilton Road in Curtis Mayfield House and the Dungeon. We started really laying down Soul Food in Curtis Mayfield House, man. And I could just tell y'all this, man, like it was a mind-altering experience because, man, we just wanted so badly just to be respected for being lyricists. You know what I mean? At that time, you couldn't make silly shit because, like everybody was like, you got to be a lyricist. You got to have something to say. You got to be original. So for us, we didn't have, if you go back to our first albums, we didn't sound like nobody else because we wasn't really looking into nobody else. We were trying to be us. And that's what created Soul Food. And what made Soul Food special was just the special moments, man. Like the Serenity Prayer, shit like that, where you walked and you seen that in every southern house, man. At the grandmama house, auntie house, you seen that up in that den or it was in the kitchen. You know what I mean? That Serenity Prayer, man, like Dirty South, man, where we really start telling you about the Red Dog, man. Telling you how the Atlanta Traps were back then, man. Like how it was just so off the chain, man. The wars between the Miami boys and Atlanta. All that was in that album because it was like us making sure that we were standing up for what Atlanta believed in. You know what I mean? At the same time, on Dirty South, we talked about the drug culture, man. You got to hear Cool Breeze say, man, we used to lick them lemon heads, man, sell them lemon heads in the trap, man. That was some old Red Oak shit, man. You know what I mean? The low and Headley. You ain't got no dope. Go get you some lemon heads, suck them hoes, sell them for the dub, Just don't be there when they get back. You know what I mean? So it's like just cuts like that, man. 1 million niggas inside, and you can't touch me, even though you try. Hey, man, that was us them many times going down to the Omni, man. And we also doing that album. You remember they had that little mini riot downtown, man, and we was off in that. That's where that song was inspired from. Cause Cujo and Witch Doctor, they all down there throwing shit at the police. They come back to the dungeon talking about 1 million niggas inside. We like record it. You know what I mean? So we was, everything we were doing back then was using it as fuel, you know what I mean? And really speaking our life, man, into them records, man. Soul Food, man, like, man, you during that time, you got to remember during that time, I talked about it. Mojo, chicken wings. Like that when Atlanta nigga really start getting into them chicken wings, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We start getting into them chicken wings, man. And man, like, we were trying our best just to make sure that if anybody listen to this album, man, they gonna understand. From the Outkast, you got our player side. From Goody Mob, you got our street side. The way our Big Mama raised us. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't got no goddamn cut, no corners on this other shit, y'all. You know what I mean? So, that album meant so much, man. And it's to me, it's the Southern Bible. Because if you listen to that song, that record right there, you start getting into how we really grew up, what our community looked like, and how we felt about each other, and how we felt about how people felt about us. You know what I mean? So, cell therapy people don't understand the last two songs of Soul Food was Dirty South and Cell Therapy. Cell Therapy. That whole song came about Organized Noise being up at Dark Studios with Dallas and recording with TLC. And Busta Rhymes had the book. He gave it to Big Rube. The book was named Behold of the Pale Horse. Talking about the New World Order, Illuminati, everything. Big Rube read this book, brought it back to the dungeon. And we ain't too far from the dungeon. We on the back end of the dungeon, man. The dungeon like in Lakewood, the back side of the pen. So for us, we always was in the trenches with it. And he brought that book back, man. And Rube read that book. And I mean, we all read that book. We passed that book around the dungeon, man. And that's when we started getting political with our street shit. Like, okay, this shit a trap. Okay, you just heard me say this shit a trap. Cujo went and recorded that record. First person you ever heard trap was Cujo. I don't care what the other folks say. You know what I mean? First time you understood what it meant was Cujo. You know what I mean? Meaning that Joe was a real grinder, man. I used to go and sit up with Joe up in Dixie Hill, man. Second floor, man. Downstairs with the legendary Po Bird. If you know about Po Bird, then you know about them streets, man. You know what I mean? So for us in Dixie Hill during that time, man, we was selling dope, and I was still in house school up there, up on MLK in the house school by the Church of Chicken, man, in the plaza. You know what I mean? I always knew that you got to do both. And if we know it, and if you grew up in the South, hell, man, old me used to ride around in old pickup trucks, man, have on old overall with a knot full of money, man. And you never knew nothing. But the old way in the South was, we get that money, but we don't tell. We on the tail on Sunday. And the only time you see Minx is when the Christmas come out. So with that, all we wanted to do with Soul Food was to introduce the world to our Southern culture. And I think from us doing it that way, we gained the world respect and we gained the love from our city forever. Because we made the older heroes of this city, who were the civil rights, the Andy Youngs, the Lowrys, all them, they could listen to Soul Food and say, damn, man, them young boys goddamn said something, man. And that was our point of making Soul Food, just to make sure to let people know, man, hey, man, we might talk slow, but boy, we think fast. Swear to God.
For more episodes and more footage, go to www.yoatlraps.com. Yeah.